it's Jess from Intitula Creative, and today we're back with another interview. I'm here interviewing the incredible artist.
I'm Adriana Altmaier, and I'm a Melbourne-based artist focusing on realism, as you can see here.
Oh, gorgeous.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And so when did you start painting?
I started painting 3 years ago.
Yep.
And before that, I was just drawing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So have you seen like your style from the very start progress differently to what it is now?
I started with like simple portraits, just
Yep.
like, you know, like celebrity portraits, like my favorite actors and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I kind of had the idea of like getting like into hyperrealism. I'm still not there yet, but that's my plan, to like go into hyperrealism and just practice until I get there, and then kind of mix it with like surrealistic elements.
Ooh.
So that you basically, so that it looks like you're looking at a photo, but something is not quite right. Like there's some creepy elements in the background. Like that's my plan, but let's see how that goes.
I like it. I can kind of see, the direction of that already in your artwork.
Yeah, I do a lot of creepy stuff. That makes me happy. I'm still not quite at that level.
What materials and utensils do you use to get to that?
Well, for paintings, it's mostly acrylics. Like I wanted to get into oil, but I haven't done that yet, but I want to.
Oil.
So it's just acrylics, and that's it.
So you do canvases and everything? Or do you like doing paper?
I prefer wood. Like just painting on like plywood, because it's way smoother than canvases, but I also like canvases. It just depends if I want something structured or something like completely smooth. Most of them, like those 3 are on paper, and then those 2 are on canvases. And like if you see them close up, you can see like the structure, which works for some paintings, but not for all of them. And paper and like plywood, that's like where you can get like everything smooth and nice, and you can get like really realistic.
Okay. So do you recommend someone, if they haven't worked on wood, should they definitely work on wood?
They should definitely work on wood. Like it changed my whole art life.
Really?
Because it's so easy to blend, and it's so smooth, and it's just satisfying if you can blend like 2 colors just completely smooth, and you can't see where one color like ends and the other one starts.
Ooh. And is there some artists that you're inspired by?
Oh, way too many, but I can never think of any. Well, I'm basically part of the Brunswick Artist Market, and I met so many artists there that are amazing and inspire me. Like every time I did the market, like not now because Corona, but before that, whenever I went there and like had my stall there and like had a look around, I just walked out with like so much inspiration. There's so many great people there. Yeah. But yeah, just other artists that I meet.
People, the other artists that you're influenced by or inspired by, do you see elements of their style getting incorporated into your work? Or do you...
Not really. I think, I don't know. Like I get inspired by like a lot of like digital artists, or like, and it's not the same thing. I even get like inspired by like some kind of like abstract art, which is not what I do, and I don't know. No, I don't think so. Yeah, like even like those 2 were basically strongly inspired by like the American Horror Story, that artist. Not just strongly inspired, they're basically collages. So that's when it kind of like went into it. But I don't know what he's called, or he just did the posters for the American Horror Story, and I love him. He's great. Or she, I don't know who that person is.
Do you ever add like an element of yourself into your pieces?
Yeah. They're all on my Instagram somewhere spread out over the feed.
Definitely. Tell me about, I saw your Barbie and Tentacle artwork, and I was just like, whoa, this is like so like childhood reminiscing, but also so like crazy and scary, but I love it so much. Tell me about it. Tell me what's the meaning behind it.
So it kind of went through different phases also when it comes to the meaning. My first idea was just to paint a realistic Barbie kind of like in 3D on a turquoise background with nothing at the back.
True.
But then for some reason I thought of tentacles. Like that's like my painting ideas are really random.
Yeah.
Most of them don't even have a meaning because I'm just like, eyeballs would look cool in a cereal bowl, and that's just no meaning.
I love it.
That's kind of how my brain works.
Yeah.
But for that one, the idea, like what the painting means, kind of came while I was already painting it.
Okay.
So because no matter what you kind of like do to a Barbie doll, so now it gets kind of dark, but like she always smiles.
I get it.
But yeah,
your art piece, Self-Destruction.
it's just a random piece that I just did after Christmas because it was just a lot of stress and a lot of things that happened, and I was just like, I hate everything. So
Yeah.
you know, it was just like kind of like getting crushed by all those feelings because Christmas time is a really stressful time and everything, and I was just there, and like because I have a seasonal Christmas job and that ended, and then every time after Christmas I have to find a new job, and I always want to continue that Christmas job because I love it so much, because it's basically just getting paid for painting. Like who doesn't want that?
That's
It's great.
Awesome. That's what you want.
But yeah, so every time after Christmas I'm just like sitting there, it's like, right, now I have to work in a call center again because of my visa. I can't get anything else, and I'm just like, So that painting kind of like represented that feeling of like,
Yeah, frustration.
Yeah.
Definitely. Did you, before Melbourne, were you in Germany it was?
Yes, so I come from Germany and I moved here in 2016.
Awesome. And what inspired the move to here?
Very weird story. It's a really stupid story. But so, do you know the TV show H2O, Just Add Water?
Yes.
I've got a special power.
So, me obsessed with like ocean
Yeah.
and water and mermaids. I mean, I know mermaids aren't real, but and who knows?
Who knows? Explain to me kind of like the Germany art scene. What's that like compared to Australia or Melbourne?
I wasn't that into the art scene. Like I went to a weird school. It was like kind of like into like design and all of that, and you actually had to draw and like have like a drawing creativity painting test to get into that school. Here it's quite different because I feel like Melbourne, I mean, has loads of artists, but in Germany you have like different kinds of artists that actually get big.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's really weird.
So Melbourne kind of just like sparked it up for you then?
Yeah, and it like inspired me more. Like just the people that you meet here in the art scene are just so, like some of them of course are still pretentious, but in Germany I feel like most of them are just like, look at that pile of trash I made and it has a really deep meaning, and I just stand there like, yeah, sure, dude.
True.
For like $5 million.
So it's kind of like ridiculous in a way.
Yeah, a little bit. And then people stand in front of it like, oh yeah, it's like so meaningful. It touches me.
I love it.
I had one rule today, and that was like, don't say you hate art, but I'm kind of doing that at the moment.
Well, there's certain arts that you gravitate more towards, let's say that.
Yeah, yes.
What's your favourite part? What has been your favourite part about being in Melbourne?
Well, my favorite part is ocean, summer, just like diving, just getting in there.
Yeah, getting in there.
I love everything to do with like ocean and water and underwater stuff.
Yeah.
So in Germany, you don't really have that. You can go diving in a river that's like 30 centimeters above the ground.
Not a beach. Not like a beach.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So it's just different here.
Yeah. Last year in 2019, was there like a favourite part of creative art career that has happened?
I had my first exhibition last year, and I sold my first painting in an art exhibition, which was even better.
That would have been, definitely.
But the buyer never came to pick it up, so actually this painting is still here, over there somewhere. So at the end of this year, actually, like the painting is going to be part of like the annual fundraiser of Sea Shepherd. Awesome. And I love Sea Shepherd.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. So it kind of transformed from like the best thing that happened to me last year into one of the best things that's going to happen to me this year. I think. Depends on Corona. But yeah.
Yeah, it does depend on Corona, what Corona decides to do. And then we have a question from Jube Kate. And she says, how do you find your references?
So, when it comes to references, it always depends. Like sometimes I take the photos myself, or sometimes I just find them on the internet. Like the one for the hyena, for example, I can't find that myself because we don't really have hyenas here. But yes, actually for that one, I found a hyena that was basically half blind, but there were actually crappy photos of that one. So I basically took that idea and kind of like morphed in with another hyena where I found really good quality pictures of. So that one's like a morph of like 3 different reference pictures, I think.
True. Let everyone know where they can find you and work with you.
So you can find me on Instagram, which is basically just adriana.artmeyer, and my website, which is quite new. So that one will be adriana.artmeyer.com.
Amazing. We'll link that one all below, and yeah, everyone can find Adriana there. I think that's all we got time for today. So thank you so much for coming on the show, and everyone, please look her up and check out her artworks. Work with her, get her artworks all over your wall. We'll see you all next time, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your favorite part about the interview.